you are great, yes, you are Holy One. Walked upon the sea, raised the dead, reign in majesty, mighty God. Everything written about you.
Welcome address by the President, Savannah Region Queen Mothers Association. On occasion of district dialogue on peaceful coexistence amongst Fulbe and indigenous and other vulnerable groups in Savannah Region. Bowebi, Bowuriche, our partners from Star Ghana, invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, I'm humbled to give you this welcome address on behalf of myself and the whole body of the Queen Mothers in Savannah Region. There is a need to engage in dialogue sessions to enhance peaceful coexistence and social cohesion. We cannot pretend that all is well within the Sahel region when there is a lot of migration and series of conflicts around us in the neighboring countries with our porous borders in Ghana. Fulbe header farmer disputes, high illiteracy rates, famine and disease, scramble for resources, unemployment, and breakdown of social capital and lack of alternative sources of livelihood are some of our challenges. Regarding these pitfalls, we, women and youth, are more vulnerable. We started this activity a few months ago, supported by Star Ghana Foundation, trying to fill a gap of advocacy of inclusion and bring about ways to peaceful coexistence and cohesion amongst Fulbe women, youth, and other vulnerable groups in Savannah region. As a follow-up to efforts started by the Regional House of Chiefs to get a roadmap towards solving Fulbe header farmer conflicts, we found the youth and women and other vulnerable groups left out in the dialogues. Meanwhile, these are important group of people whose engagement will foster the needed peace, since it is the youth that go to the bush with the animals and create the problems, whilst the men, their fathers, are resting at home or at marketplace. These children are denied the chance to go to school. They follow the animals and the animals stray into people's farms and destroy the yields. Some farmers also tell lies as soon as they see cattle foot around their farm. Creating problems. All this time, you will agree with me that the women can play a good role to encourage men to do the right thing. Encourage each other in attending health facilities and send children to school, and also dispel their perception of stigma and discrimination and stereotyping. We have strengthened the mediation committees by advocating inclusion of Fulbe youth, the assembly person, chiefs rep, Queen Mothers rep, security rep, indigenous youth rep, agric extension to be on the membership for the mediation committees in each community to mediate among contending members for peace. In order not to take the wind out of the sails of the program's manager and the facilitator, I will stop here, hoping that during the deliberations we will come out with pragmatic ideas that will foster unity and cohesion, also dispel negative ideas and fears of suppression among indigenes Fulbe women, youth, and other vulnerable groups to achieve socio-economic inclusion and development of Savannah region.
Thank you so much, President of the Savannah Region Queen Mothers Association.
All protocols, the Savannah Region Queen Mothers special team, building a social cohesive society through Fulbe integration whilst avoiding stereotypes, prejudice and exclusion in the Savannah region. It's an activity designed to create a platform for dialogue with duty bearers and Fulbes on a new way forward in promoting social cohesion and integrating Fulbe women and youth into the mainstream society of the people of Savannah region. Savannah Region Queen Mothers Association has been implementing social cohesion project through mediation teams in 11 provinces in the Savannah region to promote integration among Fulbe women, youth and indigents in these provinces. 11 provinces with support from Star Ghana Foundation. Other stakeholders has also been supportive in creating a network platform that enables the project to implement most of its activities. The project has made many achievements, gained popularity among the people as an association of Queen Mothers advocating for peace and inclusive society, and has gained credibility for being a credible mediator in conflict in the region. The project has shown significant impact in the minds and lives of the people and has conducted a series of meetings at the community levels and at the permanency levels. Inception meetings were conducted, sensitization meetings on migrant rights, peaceful coexistence and conflict management. Advocacy meetings with stakeholders and service providers for attitudinal changes in service provision to Fulbes, especially at the health facilities, in schools and in the communities, and has shown that people highly appreciate our programs. Honorable Chair, this activity organized district-level stakeholder dialogue between Fulbe and indigents to discuss Fulbe women and youth access to education, economic and health issues is of paramount importance. Realize that the Fulbe women and youth are among the underserved and marginalized of the society of the Savannah region. The women and youth do not have equal opportunities in the socio-economics, education and health services. They are often stereotyped and abandoned. They themselves shy to integrate with other women and youths. Honorable Chair, the Fulbe issue is a national conversation and their vulnerability is a significant topic which has been, over the years, been looked down upon. And so giving it attention and amicable solution is a key, is a quest to sustain peace. The Savannah Region Queen Mothers hold great promise to contribute to security and peaceful coexistence and believe that integration and inclusion of Fulbe in decision-making and governance can promote trust and peaceful coexistence in the region. Honorable Chair, understanding the parameters associated with Fulbe acquisitions and vulnerability is a paramount in reaching a resolution. Dispelling stereotypes and promoting dialogue will ensure peaceful coexistence. Dialogue between Fulbe and indigents to resolve disputes and build mutual understanding, given that Fulbe contributes directly or indirectly to the socio-economic development of the country. Their pastoralism contributes significantly to the livestock industry of the country, which when considered a collaborative venture by holding dialogue on ideas will minimize cattle invading farms and enhance the country's food security, and also will provide lasting solutions to activities of Fulbe herders that target threats and promote cultural diversity. Discrimination, stereotypes and stigma on the Fulbe has overshadowed their plight and vulnerability as citizens. Hence the need to adapt peace initiatives and dialogue towards ensuring their well-being. Like any other society, there are deviants among Fulbe. This, notwithstanding, sustained peace must be a priority. Honorable Chair, our objective today is to discuss emerging issues around access to education, healthcare, and promotion of social cohesion among the Fulbis with district-level stakeholders, and to secure commitments and course of actions towards achieving social cohesion. This dialogue will also address the following issues: exploring the dynamics between Fulbe and indigenous communities in relation to assessing healthcare services and ensuring equitable treatment for their children in schools.
In the Savannah Region Queen Mothers Association, under the AVEC project. The AVEC project is an acronym for Actions for Voice, Influence and Inclusive Development. Largely, the project aims to improve access to social services for 6 groups. We have Fulbes, persons with disability, rural farmers, the youth, and then also informal sector workers. So today's dialogue, we are here to look at issues that have emerged from the implementation of activities by the Savannah Region Queen Mothers Association. So as the introduction has already gone on, we have different stakeholders here. We have chiefs here, we have women's groups, we have youth groups. We also have the assembly and then the relevant departments. So largely, there will be a discussion, there will be a presentation on the issues that have come up during implementation, and then the various stakeholders in 3 districts. We have here Central Gonja, East Gonja, and then West Gonja. So we'll discuss how best we can address the issues. So largely, we'll look at action plans or actions that have to be taken to address the 4 broad issues that we'll be discussing here today. So I would encourage you all to participate in the discussions and then contribute to the actions that we'll develop to address the issues that have been identified. Thank you very much.
East Gonja. Beno hube kaunuri bejehi to hube ngoli no ngata tajon ne jamhundo oito joni ni ngade manjoɗɗe ɗo hande ni e ngarano bandale haalaji torraji gondi e meɗen ne ngatten joɗɗe moƴƴinede oyi ɗum wandi ɗo hande o kamɓe ɗum wandi ɗo fanda ne ngatten ene le meɗen joɗɗe moƴƴine ɗin ɗon haalaji.
Everybody here should have something to offer. Don't be a loner. Don't sit on the fence. Your contributions will bring about a very rich experience of what we want to do so that we can have solutions to the causes of our challenges, and with that we can really experience the social cohesion and peaceful coexistence that we have been yearning for.
Alors ça kabari akama asanchana kanga Muhammad dansu akama daga akawufene mwaga adansana lakal kuma nafuko sanka latun china faga ata fulakal tansa
dum oyi joni no ngade ni oyi da neddo bu adir hawalem ko kanga ida oyi no wala do oyi joni neddo bu kamdu hakkilo mudu godu kamdu haal be no ata jonne de keben pam torraji woni di de ngate di duitendi.
I want you to have at the back of your mind these issues. Please, we are not here to play.
ayabisa nantam wotambo mchirana tafane amun bumfe namba kanga famu raso
dum oyi joni no ida du ko holle do fo watta dum e hakkilo mudu oyi ngara do ko kolle neddo do ko a wada do na an watti oyi dum wala do.
From my experience, there have been incidents of tensions between farmers and Fulbes. They can't deny that.
Aye, Marabo Kosona Eni, Afwan Kena, Mulburbi Tabawo, Bodopo, Fleni, Anna Parabo, Profeto.
So, boy, I had killed Macono and Nihala, the power, the road, who would happen full day with the mobile.
Fulbes are accused of what? Destroying the environment, cutting down economic trees, and burning down the bushes and allowing their cattle to comfortably walk into farms and destroy the crops.
I ba pwing Fleni, Fane, ba Aki, Anibal, Gludibina, Achundibina, Dibimona, Abibram, and Sherbe Ale, Acho Pum, Gassana, Ana, Bilulu, Nduanuto, Aji Amolu.
no more you know doing na ko benani na wie full be joni gambo usan let the lad de be pilot o che de would bahan na dum balad would bahan achana le mu na ta gesen le.
Are we not also aware that some farmers are killing the cattle or the cows of their followers and equally demanding a very high premium for the destruction of their farms?
Ama anyamene yifene bodo boko kwataba wata na butu moko fle ne bakana nkana akanfene fle na namba data amashe dumta nsomwa
Do moi ka jin keben pa me do ha ke le mo ke ngabo no mai ka bo fela na ki kullo ya juya de kullo wa yo ta ko gas ngambo ni na do ke uta do yo kullo yo kubuli no.
And to work together to find solutions.
Alonso Cabre ayumbuga kubongo na sabar na nyonun sabar nkanyen tiasian sabar na nkambi abrakoto.
Do moi no de la hanen o ina law no di o fu hetina no ban o fu do ha kam ko di o fani o fu janga do ban.
In short, we are not here to blame. To accuse. We are not also here to tell people what to do. We are here to listen to each other and to learn from one another.
Discrimination, we are saying, has started happening because we have from East Gonja, the MC did all the recognition of all the chiefs, now refused to recognize us. So the cohesion we are talking about is that's just by the way. The good thing is that all that we have discussed is good. East Gonja, we have a different terrain as my Queen Mother made it clear.
I plead with you as you go into this dialogue session. Let us dialogue first of all with respect. Respect.
I so ankaba yemura yene yare ngona data mulakamba na debata mulakamba I so ko sanaka jempar kamo daga antata jilma asa abr.
No more no ipa de mere ni football on one the halam or one the o and go we de ke empam dai in the kidinu samne.
Why do we dialogue? We dialogue with the aim of understanding one another and treating each other with great respect.
I manasuna ande afiye na kwaye I kalanafene aye chere lakal ansa abr aye jilma abawo ayebo kubauta no tum sabr.
You know, we don't know because I do the all hall come to and all hall. We know what the all hall in Ambiyanga or hall, and the hall in Cambiyanga. We don't hand that thing. It will be hall made.
I believe with you the issue.
But another issue I want us to realize is that, you see, when you don't know the number of people on where you are, how then do you monitor and how then do you control? East Gonja, we are trying to adopt a strategy. His Royal Highness Benjura Bambange have asked the Fulani community to make sure that any new Fulani coming is being registered with the Fulani chief so that we know who comes and go out. Why? Because we have gotten a serious street armed robbery adoption from Fulani against Fulanis. We got Fulanis who don't even have cattle. Their own is just they are roaming around in the evening when you are sleeping. They go and take your cattle and go and sell to the butchers. So the strategy we are trying to use is making sure that we do registration of Fulanis around the area. We have empowered the Fulani chief to make sure that any new Fulani coming in, and also cattle owners, if you are bringing a new Fulani to the system, the person must be identified and brought to the chief palace to be known. And when you finish so that ne ka flo people the ball ruto and ku flo ndi wura ka flo people run the ball ruto na and make sure fini be register mbata mo pe do pay ni pe bro banyi fini lebe ka flo re mfane wo so sku ya wura anye banyi fini ka flo na mfani shi kuma anake fini on flo na bo demta buba hotena bon kwana mo pe ba na fo ba na klito keso funfi di de mole e chumu kusuni bi enta basma na ya fa anken kun kafune amkeke on flon bi wura e make sure for ka flon ne mo kwana ne mo ko wura ada ka flon ne lirifulu na so yo or be people na level ko shuni bi shu so that ka flu na mba bo mu ko shu na anye ke pe bu akabidi bo na netie oshulombo oshulibi
we joni kan go tu on pendi we kan mun kan ko adi pedi don we hala je pedi don we go to ka sandali joni be jida be for la ta se pullo bu bero se wali ngendi bu na hani kan ki fama na han to pullo juule fu nan kanan fulbe on ar pullo wadde holla kanan ko wiya o neddo wari wodi do han ne jajote ndaare fulmede goddo ngala nay wodi du nokkaaki ne goddo no jodi wala du gollal gon.
Then healthcare, there were instances a midwife called me that, Madam, a Fulani woman came in, she came and gave birth and the woman is dead. But they are saying they don't want the baby. So I asked them, why? Then they said when they send the baby to the bush, no one is there to take care of the baby. So it's better they should leave the baby at the hospital. Maybe they might get the right person to take care of the baby. So I was asking her, what may be the cause of the death? And she said usually the Fulani women, their HB is always low, their blood level, and mostly they don't come for antenatal. So I think we should also, the traditional authorities should also consider those things when they are welcoming them into the district, so that at least sake of the children and the women, I would say the children and the women, because we are vulnerable, so that they can access most of the facilities or amenities.
What I want to say is that we have various levels when it comes to healthcare delivery and services. Among them are the CHIS compounds, we have the health centers, we have the hospitals, the teaching hospitals, the district hospitals, and the list goes on. By virtue of the location of our brothers and sisters, the Fulani community, excuse me to say that most of them are located far away from the bigger communities that are supposed to have, let's say, hospitals or major health centers. And when the need be for them to access healthcare, the first or the easily accessible one will be the CHIS compound. But looking at the National Health Insurance, majority of the drugs, even simple drugs that are supposed to be given out at the CHIS compounds, we are not able to give out such medications. So if you found yourself at the CHIS compound level seeking health care, a lot of the drugs will be written out for you to go and buy. Even if it is given to you, you have to pay for it because health insurance will not reimburse the facility for giving out the drugs. So what I want to say is that the health team are going to work hand in hand to intensify education to the general public, including the students, for everyone to understand that certain medications or healthcare delivery are not covered by insurance at the peripheries, especially the CHIS compound level.
We accredited our members with levels of prescription, like she said, where she mentioned of CHIS compound, health center, district hospital, and a tertiary hospital. For us, we gave them credentials based on their level of prescription. The lower your level, the lower the prescription level. So it is not like when the patient visits a CHIS compound, health insurance will not pay for services or drugs issued to the person. But there are drugs that they can prescribe at that level, which is covered for them. So when they prescribe beyond their level, health insurance will not pay for it. So if you are in a community where you have only CHIS compound and you have happened to visit such facility, they can only prescribe at their level. Because we want you to have quality health care. And so we cannot allow them to give you or prescribe beyond their levels of professionality. For that matter, they have to refer you if your case is beyond their level, or if your case demands a prescription that is beyond their level, they have to refer you to the next higher or where you can access such health care. So we have drugs that we cover for CHIPS compound, drugs that we cover for health center. We call them level A, level B1, level B2, and then level C in that order. Level A is the CHIPS, B1 is the health center with the doctor. So simple. When you visit a CHIPS compound and your case is beyond them, they have to refer you to the next level so that you can afford or you can be administered with the drugs that you are supposed to be given. They are not supposed to sell to you. Okay. So we have formed a co-payment committee. The co-payment we are talking of is usually when they give you a draft and ask you to pay. Because they are saying that health insurance doesn't pay the level or the price, the required price of the draft. For that matter, you as a patient have to top up. That one is a canker that we are fighting. It is not allowed. If you are insured and your drug is covered, you are not supposed to pay a penny. If you are asked to pay, and for the sake of your sickness, you can oblige. But report with receipts to the nearby health insurance office. We shall refund your money to you from them. Okay. We have done that. We have refunded monies to patients who are asked to top up for payments. It is not allowed when you are insured and the drug is covered by the insurance. That is an information that I want to pass on.
And my sister from the Department of Social Welfare, and then also my brother from NHIS, have given very important information and then education. So can we leave here with at least 2 action points that would say the NHIS, for example, would undertake outreaches to educate people on these issues? Sure. Because this room is very diverse and some of us were not even aware of the information he has given. So even though there are rules and there are procedures as he has described, if people are not aware of that, whatever is given to them, they will take that as discrimination against them. But if we undertake outreaches to educate people on what is the law or what is the right thing to do, then people will know their rights, so that when they go to the CHIPS compound and the prescription is beyond the level of the CHIPS compound, they will know that they will have to escalate to a bigger facility. My sister also mentioned issues about the Fulbe having low blood levels. Perhaps they are not even aware that that is an issue. Even if they are aware, they are not aware of why that is an issue. Can we leave here with some commitments from the Health Service Department, for example, that would undertake outreaches to educate people, especially the Fulbe community, since they are a bit far from the larger community, so that they are aware of the challenges they are facing and where they can seek redress for some of those issues. Otherwise, we'll keep going over the issues that we all know without getting into the solution. So I think if we describe the issue, maybe we should propose an action that we can take to help resolve those issues.
Identified the Fulbe camps in East Gwenja. First thing, that was what we did. Because we realized that anytime our staff move to those places to give vaccinations, before they even hear the sound of the motorbikes or the pickup, they start running into the bush. So we were able to identify the Fulbe camps. The next one was to get the Fulani chief around that side, East Gwenja. So when we are even having our health education radio stations, we invite him. He would now translate into their language. So when we even have NIDs or maybe national programs, polio, COVID-19, yellow fever, we identify focal person from each camp. We bring them to our meetings. We educate them what to say when we are going to run the program. So that if the date is due, we just call them and tell them that this is the day we are going to carry out this particular activity. Move into your communities and tell your people before we move there. And we have realized that now when we are going there, the people don't run into the bushes again. I think that's what we are doing at this point.
At first, these my brothers and sisters, they were lacking the importance of education. They didn't know what education was. For that matter, they were not sending their children to school, and they've seen that if they send the children to school, who are those who are going to take care of their animals? So they prefer sending the boys to take care of the cattle, and the girls, as my colleagues, they just said, early child marriage is something that is rampant. But now, I would say they are aware of what education is. So if you go to our schools, we can count few of them attending schools. So we encourage that they should continue with that. But I have seen that because we have not been calling them for a platform like this, that's why they don't know what education is. I interacted with some of them, and they said because they don't interact with the natives, when you send them to school, they are isolated. And when you are isolated,
the territorial integrity of the nation. Anything that poses a threat to our nation is where we come. So with the recent attacks from the Sahel region where we have Burkina, we've seen coup d'etat, we've seen military, we've seen disturbances from above, and realize that that's why we have so many foreign bases up here. And looking at the situation that was discussed here, realize that due to the lack of education, lack of opportunities to these marginalized groups in this region, they become pawns to these terrorist groups where they are used as pawns to conduct their operations. And like we've heard today, let's make sure that child education, let's make sure that education is paramount in these regions so that they don't fall prey to such terrorist groups. And as you know, the armed forces will not relent when it comes to duties in tackling such terrorist attacks in this nation. That's where I'm coming. So also with girl child marriages, like my colleague police said, it's still a crime, and you'll be arrested if you are found culpable. So that's all I'll leave it at. Thank you.
This is the time of farming season, so please, all animals, not only cattle, including sheep and goats, should be penned so that no one has the chance or opportunity to enter into someone's farm to destroy the farm for problem to come. Because we experience those cases in our police station here. Secondly, it goes to the full base, especially for the teenage marriages. The laws of Ghana says that until you are 18 years before you can marry, but some of them can even marry at the age of 16. But when you go to the field base, somebody can be 9 years, 10 years, and they give the girl to be married compulsory. The girl is not, it is not her wish to marry to that man, but she will be forced by the parents. And that is why we have, that is why we have domestic violence and victim support units, that is DOVSU. So when such a case comes to an office, that you force your girl child who is underage to get married, in fact you are in trouble, to be honest with you. So please, let your girl child go to school. You see how this man attended school and is able to translate the language and transfer to the full base, and it is better. So please, this is all what I have for you. Thank you. Thank you.
no hala la hala makula no hala idi amoido hola aran do wido ni court wala ndama we aran si hala de ya court do ade hala fa bole we amajon court wada le dum amudo do de le dum wadi hanne men ngon fa niti no mato dum hado wadi lawde amoidi hala idi do wido hola we dum ga ya ndan do fulbe ha o joni o fa mi joni wana na di fon ne fulbe non do ha be no de I
think in my speeches, I made mention of victim support, domestic violence and victim support, that is DOVSU. The duty of DOVSU is that when you, a man or a woman, have a conflict and you tend to fight, when you force your girl child underage to marry, all these cases should be sent to DOPSU. It is a unit in Ghana Police Service. Currently, we have DOPSU in Damago here. So sometimes the women don't want to understand for their girl child to marry at their early ages. But the fathers will also stand on their feet and say, I am the father. So compulsory, I have to give my girl child to a man that I want. While she is underage, sometimes 9, sometimes 10, sometimes 11, 12. Even some are below the ages that I'm mentioning. These are all crime against the state. So please, the use of DOPSU is very important. So if you are here and your husband wants to give your girl child or your wife wants to give the girl child to a husband in early ages, please report to the police. That is the DOPSU, Victim Support Unit. That is a domestic violence and victim support unit. Please take note of it. Thank you.
Tell us maybe la calmone antam banfe ko ayugure la calmone andam banana batta la calmona yenta Star Ghana Foundation no bomo muni bibane Savannah Region Queen Mothers Association nansane the bata and muna luton warkamam besa la lo mo mara kana lutsne e ka wona baradia e ya burania san implement kamo so dona ka a chicha ba ni no we ayenta ni mo ashemona ankon sabaye but before na dan na sanya ko be sane didn't think karane be chane beta ba chane re ande be ko be yen ne bidan ayo agbonfa na to like a community and to can meet because kusebu main motive valley full bene youth
programs in the phobia communities to educate them on two things. One, the graduation of health service from the grassroots to the highest level, which they are not aware. Because most of them don't know that when you go to the health sector, they refer you to another level. So that is what we will take him doing. And also try to educate them again on their rights not to pay money for any service. In case of anything, they should rather come to the health insurance office for any discussion or hold a receipt that we can use to make sure that we'll get a refund for them. I think that is what we will do.
But you know, so member of the then we chairman of yeah, was the tell us maybe la calmone antam banfe ko ayugure la calmone andam banana batta la calmona yenta Star Ghana Foundation no bomo muni bibane Savannah Region Queen Mothers Association nansane the bata and muna luton warkamam besa la lo mo mara kana lutsne e ka wona baradia burania san implement kamo so dona ka a chicha ba ni no we ayenta ni mo ashemona ankon sabaye but before na dan na sanya ko be sane didn't think karane be chane beta ni ba chane re ande be ko be yen ne bidan ayo agbonfa na to like a community and a can meet because kusebu main motive valley full bene youth the farmers karama wonji kole le karusheba Savannah Region itama kumu osana ka bala kumu kumunane so men ko be ro association to nyore le ta bunga bar ansan le ntakia enyo community se be ba ko pelere be ba meet go pena keni kana budu onfule na bu gama onfule na wole bomo kula to e ko mala ci kura sana ko fule ka tasana bu ba mu ngara bu tasana bu ka dina to nefu ba bunga prevention ro e bonto bo man sel fo mbutu ben ne ko se bu mu kul ko bu mu su ce ko mu ni bu be babre bo man shile so kedana be kany umfle mu nuna chana kene so na nyangura ne bebum bina ne bebo bebu che bi bia et bu kin shibu e ba ko sana aya she so mo granda so alanyo umfle ne bu dopo bo kabasana sanko anya bu ben kan sene umfle na bo ko be kotna asene adana biji adojibna mais manas ne mala ngba le dopo na ni metinga wu karane umfle beta asoji mokwa ngba ko do so sanko le kotna wor ba ka kotna sa wor kamu so beta
chief palace. But if the committee is able to resolve, then I think it ends there, and he's encouraging all the districts to form that committee, and he's also urging education and then health to make it mobile. They should reach out to the Fulbis at where they are. I don't know in terms of education whether to just sensitize them or to form a school, real school class there. which I know is impossible, because you can't go to a community and teach for 1 week and move away, find another time and go and teach for 1 week. But as for health, I know for them they can, because their way of work is different from education, and so these are the few things that he talked about. So. Can we have a second opinion leader so that we move to the youth?
Our time on the agenda is fast and some are going to this way.
Put in a baby, have a lemon in the baby.